Hello, everybody. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day. Once again, this is a new character. My shaman died. I now have a. This is a druid again. But how's everyone doing? Hopefully, everyone's doing well. Today's topic is going to be from one of our folks on chat. So, basically, it's if you could live in a game, what would it be? What would it be and why? Top 5. Lilycat232 sent us this on my Discord. I've got it basically on the Discord. I've got a podcast ideas. So basically, any game and why? And top 5. Oh, well, interesting one. Because, I mean, most games that we play, I mean, would you really want to be in them? Because a lot of people tend to die in them. I mean, top 1 would probably be any game that I've played. Well, definitely not any horror. Like Resident Evil or anything like that. No, I don't think I want to live in any of those. I think... I'm not gonna. Okay, let's name 5 that I would live in, and then we'll rank them. So, games that I would enjoy, games that I've played that I would enjoy living in. I mean, honestly, WoW would be one. Especially classic WoW, because really there's not anything. There's no, crisis, looming over the horizon. I mean, yeah, you got Ragnaros, things like... You got Ragnaros, you got Onyxia. You do have those things. But I don't think the commoner wouldn't know that. So yeah, yeah, WoW would definitely be one. That's not, I mean, all the stuff that we find while we're adventuring, the more common folk wouldn't have any idea about. So yeah, so WoW would be one. One of the first Elder Scrolls Online. I know it's not technically the first. I believe Arena was first. I played a little bit of Arena, but not much. Daggerfall would be another. Honestly, same reason. There's not a whole lot of. I mean, you're adventuring, you're finding things out, things like that. But as far as the common villager or farmer or anything like that, there's not a whole lot going on that's that's ruining your world. You're just having fun and you're just living your life. And yeah, every once in a while, something happens, maybe. But for the most part, I think most of these places are decently safe. And you get to live your life, and you get to grow old, and you get to, die of old age. Not die of, some demon invasion. Because, like, I'm thinking, like, some of the other MMOs, and those actually have things going on in the world that you have to really, really worry about. Like Elder Scrolls Online, I mean, the beginning of when Elder Scrolls Online came out, you had the Daedric invasions. So, yeah, don't want to be there. Oh, you know what? Lord of the Rings Online. I would definitely live in Lord of the Rings Online. And I would probably be a hobbit in the Shire, smoking my pipe weed and drinking ale. Maybe a dwarf too, but definitely I could definitely see me living in the Shire and just relaxing, doing some of the tavern races, and over by the old tree, things like that. So yeah, Lord of the Rings Online definitely. So right now, what are we at? WoW, Daggerfall, and Lord of the Rings Online. Guild Wars 2, nah. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Not really. You know there's something going on. You know the Sith Empire's there. You know they could invade your planet at any moment. So yeah, not Sith, it's not Old Republic. But other games. that I've played that I would definitely like to be, that I would definitely would love to live in. Not really sure. I mean, I can't think of a single horror game that I'd want to live in. So it most likely would, so it mostly would be like fantasy or real. I mean, you could easily go, you know, like Minecraft or Sims or things like that, but I have not played those games, so I'm going on games that I have just played. And I tend to play a lot more fantasy than I play anything else. Might and Magic, maybe. The same thing as everything that's going on that you as an adventurer encountering, the common villager doesn't really hit, doesn't really get involved with. We're sitting at 3, right? Huh. Not really sure. What other MMOs have I done? Star Wars. No, actually no. Star Wars Galaxies. There's something going on. You know the Empire's there. But just living in, I mean, Star Wars Galaxies, if you ever played it, you could live your whole character's life in Star Wars Galaxies and not adventure, not have to deal with anything, not, you know, getting in any fights. Just live your lifestyle as a, you know, dancer, farmer, architect, and not have to deal with the Galactic Empire for the most part. So, you know what? I'd rather do Star Wars Galaxies than Old Republic. Old Republic just seemed to be, well, you had a lot more Sith for one. So yeah. I mean, Galaxies you had to live underneath the thumb of the Empire, but it's still, you could live your life and die of old age. I'm kind of making that a criteria of most games that I would, if I was going to live in. Am I going to die of old age, or am I going to die because some creature ate me? So that's 4. Dark Age of Camelot. You got Dark Age of Camelot. You've got EverQuest. Which one would I rather live in? Well, okay, Dark Age of Camelot you could easily live in because the wars couldn't get into the common lands. The wars were always out in the frontier. But I think I would rather... I think I'd have a better chance of dying of old age in EverQuest than I would of Dark Age of Camelot. Because the truth is at some point, and I mean, if this was like, you know, if I was living there, they would get through those gates sooner or later and rampage through the country. EverQuest, I think I could have a better chance of dying of old age. Okay, so top 5, dying of old age in a video game. We've got, okay, so the candidates are WoW, Lord of the Rings Online, Daggerfall, Star Wars Galaxies, and EverQuest. Number 5, I would probably put... Number 5 would be Star Wars Galaxies. Purely because you do still have to deal with the Galactic Empire, and you still have to deal with, you know, possible, you know, bad governors that use terror to keep its populace in line. Where all I'd be caring about is, you know, hey, just let me get my crops in, man. That's all I care about. Number 4 would be... Number 4 would probably be EverQuest. Just because there's too many... In most of the major towns, right outside the towns are like giants or... kobolds. I mean, there's like EverQuest... Kanos in EverQuest. You know, there's kobolds right outside the fracking gate. So, yeah, the guards don't do a great job. So yeah, we'll go EverQuest as number 4. Number 3, Number 3, I would probably go Daggerfall. Just because, yeah, you can kind of live your life, not have to worry about too much. But, you know, vampires, undead, lycanthropes. Like, my best friend got turned into a wereboar in that game. So, yes, I'd probably go Daggerfall number 3. Number 2 would be WoW, because WoW, you've got the Alliance, you've got the Horde conflict. It's, you know it's bubbling. We're using Classic right now. You know it's bubbling. You've got elements of it that are close to your major cities. Like, I mean, Torrent had to worry about centaurs and gnolls. But every starting area has its own little incursions going on. And the number 1 place I would live, if I had a choice, would be Lord of the Rings. And mainly because if you've ever played the game and you ever played a Hobbit, the Shire is probably the safest zone ever in an MMO. Your quests are delivering pies, running drunk tavern races. Yeah, you have to worry about some spiders. You have to worry about some wolves. Towards the end of the starting zone, you have to worry about some goblins that have encouraged in. But for the most part, and some dire dwarves. But for the most part, it is pretty damn safe. And you really don't. And those are all on the outskirts of the Shire, just kind of creeping in. That a lot of the people, I mean, for the most people in the interior, they're rumors. So yeah, so my number 1 would easily be... Yeah, no, my number 1 would easily be Lord of the Rings Online and living in the Shire. And just having a good old life, eating pie, smoking pipeweed, and drinking ale. And putting my fuzzy little feet up on tables. So, yeah, that would be my top 5. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I was going to go into top 5 games would I like to live in if I was an adventurer, but I'm going to save that for another talk. So I think it's about 13 minutes. I think that's pretty good for today. But yeah, so I hope you guys, at some point I want to kind of open this up. Once the stream gets a little bigger, I'm probably going to start opening this up for like 30 minutes and let chat ask me questions for the drive-by. Like I'll fish, but I'll let people ask me questions while I'm fishing. But right now chat's a little quiet, especially from going from horror to MMO. Chat definitely has died off. But I knew that was going to happen. But hey, hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Let me turn around here real quick. Let's wave bye. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.